Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best slow cookers.
Starting at number 5.
GreenPan Elite. Sure, it takes hours at low temperatures to cook a big cut of meat into tender perfection, but a few minutes of smoking hot searing at the beginning is also important to add depth of caramelized flavor. With some slow cookers, you have to do the browning in an entirely separate pan, while others have a pot that can go on the stove before it goes in the slow cooker base. The GreenPan Elite can instead heat up to searing temperatures all by itself. Its brown/sauté mode worked impressively well in testing, adding nice color to meats and veggies before we slow cooked them into braised beef, baby back ribs, and a pork roast. It also has a steaming mode, with an included metal rack to put food on. The remaining settings on the 8-in-1 machine are pretty much just different temperatures for slow cooking, ranging from a buffet setting for holding hot food at serving temperature, to the very simple high.
Coming at number 4.
Crock-Pot Large. Crock-Pot is synonymous with slow cookers, and we included 8 different models from the venerable brand in this round of tests. Our favorite of the bunch is this extra-large machine, whose 8-quart capacity can hold chili for a dozen, or enough queso or beer cheese dip to satisfy the biggest Super Bowl party on the block. This model isn't terribly expensive, especially given its increased size, and it held its temperature remarkably steady throughout the cooking process, both for 5-hour pork tinga on high and 9-hour chile on low. There's also a keep warm mode and an up to 20-hour timer, but that's all the Crock-Pot offers in terms of settings. Plus, the ceramic pot isn't stovetop safe and you'll have to do any searing or sautéing in a separate pan. The advantage of the huge, heavy ceramic pot is that it holds onto a lot of heat to keep the temperature stable, but the downside is that it's a huge, heavy ceramic pot that can crack if you drop it. It and the lid are dishwasher safe, but we couldn't actually fit the pot in our dishwasher. We wrangled it into a farmhouse sink for hand washing, though, and didn't need to do much scrubbing.
At number 3.
GreenLife Cook Duo. GreenLife's very traditional slow cooker doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but it does a good job at slow cooking, at a very friendly price. The control options are quite minimal, with 3 temperature settings and a timer controlled by a very basic LCD screen, but everything works as advertised. On low, it took about 6 hours for the beef to shred and fall apart in a pot roast, while a batch of dal on high cooked in just 40 minutes. Where this machine stands out from others is the unique material of its pot. It's free of the PFOA, PFAS, and other problematic chemicals sometimes found in non-stick coatings and holds onto heat like a dense ceramic, but you can also heat it on the stove or in the oven. It's kind of the best of both worlds of ceramic and metal. We only found a couple of other minor complaints in testing the GreenLife. Impressive for such an inexpensive model, it's laid out in a way that takes up a large amount of cabinet or countertop space for an average capacity slow cooker. Also, the lid can slide around a lot on top of the pot. You'll need to really secure it well if you want to transport the cooker, but more importantly, you'll need to make sure it has a good seal and plenty of liquid before long or overnight cooking sessions. If too much water evaporates, you could wake up to scorched stew.
Number 2 of my list.
Calphalon Slow Cooker. This model combines the best features of a metal and a ceramic pot. Its lightweight stainless steel vessel can go onto any stovetop, including induction, for high-temperature searing, but its ceramic coating is highly non-stick. We started a pot roast by browning beef and onions on the stove and leaving lots of crispy bits behind. We were able to simply wipe everything out with a paper towel, no scrubbing needed. You can still put the pot and lid in the dishwasher if you want, though. The Calphalon ceramic coating also makes the pot heat more evenly than bare metal, and we definitely noticed that in testing. There were no hot spots or scorching, whether while browning on the stove or after a long simmer. It has only 3 temperature settings, low, medium, and high, with a timer you can set in intervals of 15 minutes rather than the 30 minutes or an hour of other models. We also appreciate that it switches to keep warm mode and plays a little tune to alert you when cooking is done. It's easy to forget about a dish that's been in the pot for 6 or 8 hours. We love the looks of this machine, with its striking matte black finish. The tall, circular shape makes it a bit more space efficient than a traditional squat oval, too. But the pot is wider at the top than at the bottom, a strange choice of shape that leaves less surface area for browning and searing. It's priced right at the average of the models we tested, though that makes it a lot more expensive than the Hamilton Beach above.
And number 1.
Hamilton Beach Portable. When Hamilton Beach named this slow cooker the set and forget, the brand really meant it. You can stick the included thermometer probe into a piece of meat and program the machine to switch to keep warm mode when it hits the right doneness, or submerge the probe in liquid and let the cooker maintain the exact simmering temperature you want, down to the degree. That lets you do things other models can't, like ferment yogurt or cook sous vide. But you don't have to use the thermometer. You can also set the temperature to low, medium, or high and use a traditional timer. At 6 quarts in capacity, this model is about standard size for a slow cooker, which is to say it can feed a fairly sizable family. We managed to fit a 7-pound piece of pork roast inside, but that's about the maximum. The lid has a gasket around the edge to make a more airtight seal, something that's helpful to prevent too much liquid from evaporating during longer or overnight cooks. Combined with the integrated lid latches, this also makes the machine portable. You can toss it in the trunk or back seat to take it to a potluck or family dinner. We even successfully transported honey-glazed ham to a friendsgiving with 0 spills.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.